Hi guys, Rock18 here again with some more World of Warplanes gameplay, this time from the version 1.5 common test server. There have been a number of changes to the UI and just a lot of overall visual improvements. One of the first things you notice here is that instead of being inside a hangar, we're actually outside on the tarmac here. And I don't know, this is probably something that didn't really need to change, but I have to say it's an improvement. It makes the things a little more interesting, a little more realistic. There have been some other changes to the hangar UI as well. Notice that we have events split out here separate from missions to kind of help keep things organized and straight a little bit. Notice some things here in Russian, that's just because it's the international common test server. One thing I really don't like so much is that now, instead of having the pilots over here, we have crew in its own separate tab. And I really just don't like this so much. I don't like having to drill down to see crew progress, because some of these crew skills can be kind of critical, especially in things like tournament play. Really kind of wish they hadn't done that. Overall, though, everything else is fairly similar for the most part. One thing I have noticed, though, also is now that crews, when you don't have a pilot in a plane, it shows it before you actually have to click on it like you did before. This can make it easier, too, when you're trying to hunt down a pilot. Oh, and one other change to the crew menu as well. Now there's actually a button for barracks. Instead, you don't have to right-click anymore like you used to, which used to be a little hard to find if you didn't know where to look for it. So let's see if we can get started in a battle here now. I'm going to bring out the 190A5 again, just because it's one of my favorite planes, and it gets this wonderful control face nose art. So let's see what we can get. This is going to be a standard battle mode. There is also the new bot battle mode that's been added. I played with it a little, can't say I'm too impressed. It could be good for new players who are still trying to learn the controls and to learn how the battle interface works. But beyond that, I don't think it's really going to be very good for experienced players. Hopefully we should get a battle here in a moment. Okay, so here we go. We've got a battle now. This is the new battle loading screen, and it shows a lot more information about the plane comparison. It actually breaks things down discreetly and itemized, and notice here as well you have numbers instead of percentages and things like that. I have to say I kind of like this. This isn't something I thought was really lacking in 1.4, but it's an improvement, and it could really be very helpful for people who are new to the game, or else you get a new plane and you're still trying to get a feel for it. Notice that the text here on the left side is a little glitchy. Hopefully that gets fixed before the patch goes live. And notice here as well, no cinematic intro. There now is an option to turn off the cinematic intro, which I really appreciate. I thought that was something that really did not contribute to battle at all. And notice the icons for the planes now in the player list are color-coded as well for the symbols. The supremacy mechanics have been changed up a lot, and now heavy fighters are worth a little more than light fighters and so on. So having things colored could be helpful. Something else I've noticed now too, like if you look down at the ground targets there are a lot of them. The supremacy has been changed up now. Some of the ground targets are harder than others, and some have, for instance, individual tanks to shoot instead of just one big hitbox. One downside to it, though, is that they're still red, and in some cases picking out the planes against the ground targets could get to be a challenge, I imagine. I'm going to come down here and see if I can get this IL with a rocket. Ah, no luck. Because this is the test server, notice my ping is not really that great. It's kind of hard to fly. I'm not really trying all that hard. Just kind of playing around here, seeing what's going on in the test server. tracers are now a little different too, especially with the different types of calibers. Some of them are brighter. It looks like there have been some changes to the lead indicator reticle as well, mostly for the better. It's a lot less intrusive and distracting than it was before. Notice that the supremacy changes there. That's something I really don't like, is that sound when you get an achievement, just because if no other else, the metallic ping noise sounds exactly like you're being hit. So it gets a little confusing. That seems like some really used a little bit better thought on the sound there.
The fuselage is damaged.
AA seems like it's not nearly as strong as it used to be before either. Notice I've been dragging these guys back and forth across AA here. It doesn't seem to be really doing much to it.
Aircraft destroyed.
And here we have the new cinematic battle exit, which I can't say I really mind that much. It does look kind of nice, and it was basically a static screen before anyway, so it's kind of different. And if it ever comes up here, we'll see the new post-battle screen. Notice there are a lot, some new awards now. I have Persistent for destroying at least one aircraft. Good for me. Several different awards here. Mission progress. This is about the same as before, except now there's a column for advantage points as well. And the economics are broken out here as well, which I kind of like. So there we have it, initial impressions of the 1.5 Common Test Server. Overall, to the UI, I think there's some pretty positive changes. Not so sure about the bot mode, it may not be useful for experienced players. And not 100% sure about all the changes to Supremacy. I may go over that in a later video. So that's it guys, thanks, good luck and good hunting.